Oh man, we got Corbin Claypool next to Mortgage in the house, and we got Greg Rides live right here, EXP Realty, Fresno, California, giving you some information on market updates today. Every 2 weeks, me and Corbin get together and we give you a market update from the real estate perspective, going over days on the market, average price, uh, how long it's taken to sell, negotiated price, and other important information in the trends across the country. We focus mostly in the Central Valley of California, Fresno, Merced, Bakersfield, in this area. So people and agents, brokers in our area and other lenders can get the information from true professionals. So that and Corbin gives all the information from the loan side, going on things that are available out there, approximate interest rates for the day, and where we see the both the real estate and the lending uh, market going. Now is the time. So agents, listen up. Brokers, let's learn something today. And we got this information. We do the study for you. You just listen in and get the free information. And at the end, if you want more information on EXP and how they can put more money in your pocket and give you the training, coaching that you desire, hit me up there. We'd love to help you. Corbin, market update. How are we doing?
Yes, sir. We're looking really good. That's actually what I was just doing right there. I wanted to confirm the new loan amounts for our conventional and our FHA loans. Cannot believe this. FHA loans are all the way up to $356,362. My question is, who comes up with these numbers? Like, who says it needs to be exactly $362?
Well,
I think it's kind of funny, right? That somebody comes up, it's going to be exactly.
The federal government gets in there and they have a meeting, and they say, hey, prices are going up. We need to raise the bar up so more people can qualify and buy, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. But I just mean like they're so exact on the number 356,362. Like it's just kind of silly, But that's for the FHA.
They got to be smart. They got to sound smart, right?
Yeah, exactly. They got to sound like they know what they're talking about. So that's the FHA limit. Our conventional limits, which we are actually offering them right now, already in this market, we are offering them $548,250 from $510,000. The market is increasing, guys. I think there's a lot of people waiting on the fence right now about thinking that the market's going to drop or something like that. It could. We don't know, but at this point in time, from what we can see right now, it is not going anywhere. There is way more demand than there is.
The drop that people are still wanting it to go lower.
Well, no. I mean, as far as the home prices,
we got to go now.
Home prices too. Home prices are going to continue to go up, man.
Yeah.
Especially in Fresno, we're really one of the last big cities in California that have affordable pricing. So, we're going to go up. It's going to continue to rise, and the interest rates are so low right now. We've been given a gift, is what I tell people. We've been given a gift with these low interest rates. I mean, a 2.5, 2.75. Yeah, what's up?
My wife says this. Like, I get excited, so I got to interrupt every once in a while, nicely. She goes, "What do you want for Christmas?" I go, "I want a refi for lower interest rates."
There you go.
And I might even want to sell my house and buy some, Corbin, because I love my house, everything, but with these rates so low, it's enticing me. We were looking at some homes, and we could see ourselves moving, because of low interest rates, it makes sense. So, that thought is going on in our head too. So great interest rates, you're absolutely right.
Exactly. People get hyper focused on the prices and they want those to drop, and the prices, it could potentially drop. We don't really know, but I think personally that it's going to continue to rise. Focus on the interest, because the interest that you're paying right now, your monthly payment is still way less than it would be if your interest rate's in the 4s or the 5s. It was 3 years ago. Your payment is still less, and you have more buying power. So you're buying more house with a lower payment.
Yeah, and so for all the agents, brokers, and buyers, sellers out there, some people are waiting. Well, I'm going to see what the interest rates do. If the interest rates, I don't see them going down anymore. If the interest rates go up, the prices may start to the home prices may start to drop. So people say, well, I think the market may drop a little bit. Some of the clients think out the sellers, the market may drop a little bit. I may hold on. You may be getting some of that. I'm getting a little bit of that, not a lot. But when I do, I say, no, what's going to happen? Let me share something with you. So here's what's happening. When things start to crest towards the top, and we're getting closer to that, if those prices drop, that means the interest rates went up. It's always been that way over the last 100 years in America, those 90 years or so. When the prices go up to a certain point, if you expect those prices on those homes to drop, that means the interest rate went which way, Corbin? Up. Usually, Let's raise the interest rate, slows the market down. The market starts to stack up with inventory, prices start to drop. But you're going to actually pay more for that payment with a higher interest rate, most likely than you would on the pricing.
Well, and I want to point out too,
interest rate, right?
Yeah, exactly. I want to point out too that at the beginning of 2020 and during the COVID stuff, I mean, I remember people saying that the market was going to drop this year. It didn't drop. It went up. And the market, that's what they're saying about next year. Oh, it could potentially drop. And I think it's going to still go up. I mean, interest rates are going to stay low. It's going to cause people to want to buy houses with these low rates. It's going to keep the demand there. And it's all supply and demand, right? Right now, we don't have that much supply, but we've got a lot of demand. We've got a lot of buyers wanting to buy houses, multiple offer situations, having to bid above asking, all this kind of stuff. And until that supply rises to where there's not as much demand, you're not going to see a drop in the home prices, in my opinion.
And what could cause that is the rates going up. That'll slow the market down. That's historically what I've seen in my career, and that's what will happen again. So now's the time. So we know that that's shooting more towards the buyers and the agents are working with a lot of buyers. That's very true. I tell my buyers the same thing. So agents, they know that. Most of the smart agents know that. So how are the trends looking? Where do you see the market going on interest rates? In our area, Corbin, and maybe even nationally in the next 6 months?
They're going to stay low. Okay, I'm pretty confident they're going to stay low after watching a little bit of Barry Habib yesterday. He's kind of a guru in that part of the mortgage world. He actually said that it could potentially go down again, that the rates could potentially go down. I mean, there's no guarantee in that. So if you're refining, you definitely want to take advantage of the rate that you're locked into or whatever, because that's no guarantee that it's going to go down. But he was thinking that it could potentially go down again. Yeah. I think we're going to have these low rates for a while, and it's going to be a blessing.
Yeah. You do a great job on the refis. I mean, you can do investment refis, primary home refis, cash out refis, and all. Corbin's the guy for that. A broker shops 20 different banks or so and gets you the best possible opportunity out there. So that's great. Anything else you want to share on the lending market?
Yeah. We'll go over a little bit about programs and things of that nature. Bank statement loans some of them are back. Some lenders are doing them. Other lenders that I've talked to and asked them, hey, I'm looking at a bank statement loan for this borrower. They said that they're going to be coming back into the market in January. DSCR loans, which is debt service coverage loans. It's basically like a no income loan for investors. They look at the cash flow of properties and they can lend based off of that. So that's another option that's going to be available coming January with some of the other lenders. Some lenders are doing it, but most likely everybody's kind of getting back in. The market has leveled out to where we're not having these crazy fluctuations in rates. Every lender, loan officer that was in the industry, like in the last 6 months, it's gotten a lot better, was pulling their hair out 6 months ago because the rates one day would be right here and we'd literally have a point swing in a day. And so you quote a borrower, let's say, just to kind of put a number out there, a 3% on a Monday, and all of a sudden Tuesday morning, now that same rate is a 3.375 or 3.5 or something like that. That's what we were really facing when this first COVID thing hit. We're not getting that anymore. So we're seeing a lot more stability in the marketplace. The rates are staying very low. They're not fluctuating up and down. Of course, there's the little fluctuations every day that we get. It's just normal. But we're not going from 275 to 35. We're staying at 275, 2625, and it's just staying around that ballpark.
Okay, great. And I got a question because I'm getting a lot of activity on the jumbo loan market. What do your jumbo loans start at, and where do they go up to? What's your minimum base for a jumbo loan? That's the higher price products out there for homes. And where do they end up at, and an approximate interest rate?
That's on a case-by-case basis. So as to start off, a jumbo loan is anything that's going to be higher than the conventional conforming amount, right? So based on this new conventional conforming amount of 548,250, any loan that's above that is going to be technically a jumbo loan. So it doesn't. People often get that confused with a purchase price. They think that if they have a $600,000 purchase price, that they're automatically doing a jumbo loan. But if your down payment makes up the difference between that purchase price and that conventional conforming loan amount, you're still a conventional conforming loan. It's when your loan,
right there. Yeah,
when your loan is higher. So
they can bring in less money to the table to close it.
Yeah, absolutely. So jumbo loans are going to be a lot different. It's a completely different market. Really, I mean, there's options out there. There's 10% down options. There's 20% down options. The interest rates, I mean, you can get a really good jumbo loan for 2,875 at 10% down. Unfortunately, we can't do that loan, to be completely honest, on that particular product. And we actually refer clients out to that lender that is looking for that specific product. But 2,875 on a 10% down with great FICO, you can do that. You should.
What's the maximum price they go up to, Corbin? $1 million, $1.1 million, $1.5 million?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's really dependent upon the lender. Probably upwards of 1.5 million, 2 million. I've seen some companies. We have some companies that we have access to that will go to 3 million.
Right, because we've been working with some higher priced clients, on these homes, and we're working some of these jumbos, right, Corbin? So,
right.
I like to keep them in tune on what's going on because we're in that market share also, helping buyers and sellers at this price range, because I do a lot of listings and some buyers, and our sellers have to buy, so we're able to get them, sell this home and send them into a higher product and get them into a jumbo product with you. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and there's also some really good loans, like a first and a second that we can do. So we can do an 80-10-10 where they put 10% down, they get a second for 10%, and they get the first for 80%, which goes to the conventional conforming.
Wow.
So there's some options out there.
And what's happening with, there's the buzz out there with the agents and brokers and consumers too. The appraisals are taking a little bit longer. Where appraisals used to take 15 to 18 days to get them back. What are we looking at on a nice to honest time frame right now?
Yeah, man. So I'm really happy you asked this question, because I think a lot of loan officers are hearing it right now from agents going, "Where's the appraisal? Where's the appraisal?" I mean, we're getting them every day. They're just taking longer. There's no if or ands or buts about it. It's just sometimes they go fast. We had an appraisal come back in 10 days. Most of them are taking longer. They just are. They're taking 15, 16 days sometimes to come back. It's taking longer to find an appraiser to do the appraisal on the property. Then it's taking longer for that appraiser to go out to the property, get it back to us. So, I mean, it's taking longer for sure. Definitely. You can get that lucky one where you get it really quick and you get it back within, 10 days or 7 days or 12 days or whatever. But a lot of them are taking longer.
That makes sense. And we've been running into that. And if a buyer comes and they're not working with you, they work with another lender, they come to me pre-approved, then it doesn't matter lender really. The appraisals are just taking longer. With all the activity with the virus, less appraisers working, it's just taking longer with everything in place. So I like to tell my buyers it's going to be 21 to 28 days to get this appraisal. So that way we set the expectations. So agents, I would implore you to please set the expectations with the buyers, with that lender right up front. So, and the other agents, so they know it's just going to take as long as it's going to take, and you'll work as hard as you can for it. Right, Corbin?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's only so much we can do, right? We can call the AMC, we can send them emails, we can bust their balls, I guess if you want to call it, but we can't make them go out and do the appraisal. We cannot make them do that. So it's kind of up to them.
Well, I'm seeing around the 21 to 28 day mark to get those appraisals back in the hand. Yeah. But most of them are coming in at value. We're good at that. We work with you, a good lender, got good appraisers, and we're good at, getting those numbers where they need to be for the sellers and the buyer to make the deal close. Are you good on the market update on the loan side then?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I think you helped me cover it all, man. Thank you for.
Okay, let me get into the real estate side of it. You're the mortgage professional broker. I'm the real estate agent broker, and I want to bring some numbers up. So I'm going to glance down every once in a while, guys, because there's a lot of notes and I can't memorize everything. Okay, so let's start first of all with the put these on so I get my numbers correct. Let's start with the for sale price. This is going to say not the for sale price. It's going to be numbers of homes on the market, and I'm going to go. There's 5 different areas I'm going to go over to all the agents, brokers, and clients out there and consumers. We're going to go over 5 different areas. The first one I'm going to start with is inventory for sale. Inventory that is for sale on the MLS, multiple listing service right now. The MLS, for people that don't know, is what the agents and brokers use across the United States and in the Fresno area that Zillow, Redfin, and all the other websites pull from. Okay, without it being on the MLS, they don't have it. So it starts with us, the agent brokers, on the MLS. So on the MLS, in 11 of 19, we had 2,410. This is important. 2,410 homes. So just over 2,400 for 10 homes for sale. For sale, we actually sold 921. So about 40% of those homes that we're selling per month. Okay. So 971 sold, 2,410 active. That's a good, healthy market. That's a good normal market, actually. Fast forward one more year to 1120, and we have half the inventory, 1,251, down from 2,410 to available market on for sale right now, 1,251 listed properties, right? That's half the market. And our for sales has went up about 250 per month sold, bringing in a sold amount of 1,180. So you have 1,251 active per month and 1,180 selling. So they're selling about as quick as they hit the market. It's unbelievable. That's a very aggressive market. That tells us that we're in a seller's market. It's a seller's market. Okay, buyers are winning because the buyers are getting the low interest rates. So it's the first time I've seen a buyer and seller both win. So the sellers are winning because there's not enough available inventory. They're commanding good prices. They're getting it. Buyers are winning because the rates are so low. They're getting huge savings on their monthly payment. So 1,251 for sale, 1,180 selling per month. That's it's a great market for everybody. Okay, especially those sellers out there. Now the next market that we're going to get into is average price per square foot. The buyers like to know and sellers like to know, how much am I going to get per foot? I saw the other one down the street sell at 350,000. I want to get that much, and the price per square foot is X. So that's a very specific number to know. I like to share that with the consumers out there and the agents and brokers. So in 11/19, so a year ago, in November of 2019, we had square foot price per square foot price of a home average in the area of $168 a foot. 168 a foot. Fast forward now to 11/20/20, November 2020, we're 190 a foot. 190 a foot, Corbin. You know how much of an increase that is year on year? In 1 year? It's 11% increase on the price of the homes. 11%. So guys, waiting, not the answer. It's 11% in 1 year it went up. However, the buyers are still winning with the lower interest rate. We keep on pushing that because it's true. And we don't want anybody to get hurt here. The next one we go to is average days on the market. Days on the market. That's what sellers will say. Well, how long is it going to take to sell the home? How many days on the market? 3 things a seller wants to know. You know, they say, what are you going to do for me? How much are you going to get? And how long is it going to take? Right? What are you going to do for me? How much are you going to get? And how long is it going to take? So this is an important number for both sellers and buyers. Buyers want to know this number because the longer they sit on the market, sometimes the better pricing they can get. Better negotiation, right, Corbin?
Mm-hmm.
But if they move, there's not a lot of negotiation you can do.
Right.
So days on the market from November of 2019, a year ago, it was 50 days average on the market, 50. Now that includes farms and ranches, commercial property, and entry-level homes and jumbo homes and custom homes and everything. Okay, the entry level anywhere from 200 to 400 is moving very quickly, usually within 5 to 18 days right now. But on an average, when you take all the properties, those are the numbers I'm giving you, all the different types of properties. Days on the market in November of 2019, 50 days, 50. Fast forward 1 year to November of 2020, it's it's close to half. It's 31 days. We dropped almost half of those days on the market in 1 year, from 50 to 31. And that's really good when you're talking about farms, ranches, open land, and residences all, right? It's even less when it's just talking about residential, considerably less than 31 days. So buyers and sellers understand 31 days at the fast moving market. Great time to buy and sell. The next number we come to, and why would we want to know this? We're talking about average price for the entire home. So you take a property, what is the average price that it's selling for? That's important. That's a medium home price in the Fresno County and the area, in the valley here. So the average price in November of 19, the average price of a home, medium home price in November of 2019 is $308. I mean, 308,000 for a home. 1 year later, in November of 2020, the average sell price was 356. 356. So 308, 356, it's almost 50,000. It's $48,000 more in 1 year for that same property. So that's why we implore you not to wait. Rates are low, prices are going up. It's a great time to buy. The next thing that'll happen is the market will stabilize in price, but the rates will probably start ticking up when you see that happen.
Yeah.
The last thing, guys, who wants to know about months of inventory? This is an important factor. I'm going to explain it a little bit better. Months of inventory explains what kind of market we're in. And before I explain this, let me break it down for you. From 1 to 2 months of inventory is a seller's market. Okay? From 2 to 3.5 months about is a neutral market. Okay? So 1 to 2 months is going to be a seller's market. 2 months to 3.5 months is a neutral market. Maybe let's say 2 to 4 months. But I like to say 2 to 3.5 months is a neutral market, and 3.5 months on up is more of a buyer's market. And to make it a little bit easier, 1 to 2 months of supply. That means if we list a property, if we don't list any more properties today in Fresno County, that within a certain amount of time, within those 2 months, we won't have any more supply. Okay? So 0 to 2 months is going to be a seller's market. 2 to 4 months basically is a neutral market, and 4 months and above is a buyer's market, meaning the seller can command more price in the seller's market that we're in now. Neutral market, 2 to 4 months, is going to be, it's fair on both sides. Everybody can negotiate. Everybody's happy, right? Typically, that means that the rates have moved up a little bit typically. And then over 4 months is going to be, there's a lot of inventory. Things aren't moving. Maybe there's a little recession going on. Interest rates are higher. It has slowed things down. Buyers can command and negotiate a much better price at that point, but the rates are higher. So at that point, they won't get a better deal anyway. That's what I want to break that down so you understand it. Right now, going back to November of 2019, we had 2.4 months of inventory. 2.4 months of inventory. If we didn't list another property today, in 2.4 months, we'd be out of inventory. Fast forward 1 year to November of 2020. We have 1.2 months of inventory. 1.2 months of inventory right now. I mean, that's half of what it was a year ago. 1.2 months of inventory. That is a seller's market right now. So sellers, it's time to list, and buyers, it's time to buy. Agents, it's time to get those sellers and buyers to work with you because the supply is low, interest rates are low, and it's time. So that's everything there. I mean, hopefully that very intricate yet understandable market analysis helps those brokers, agents, and newer agents understand how important this market trends and stuff are. I see it trending in real estate in the Central Valley here upwards on price still, absolutely. And I'd give it at least 6 more months that way. So I'm looking forward to a great year in 2020, finishing this year strong with all our sellers and buyers, and it's just a great market, right, Corbin?
Absolutely.
All right. And so if you want to get a hold of Corbin, he's got his number. Give him your number, Corbin.
Yep, it's 619-708-4476.
619-708-4477.
Yeah, 4476.
Got it. And then
Remember, I'm local in Fresno.
yeah, he does a great job for us and all and many other agents and clients too. If you guys want more information, gregreich.com. I love helping new agents, intermediate agents, high producers, or teams grow their business with EXP, put a better financial future in your life and your business and real estate. I love coaching and training, especially new agents and intermediate agents that want to grow and build, or bringing other agents or brokers from other companies over and showing what the tens of thousands you'll be ahead with EXP. Reach out. Don't hesitate to call me. I'd like to have a private meeting with you. GregRice.com or 559-260-1777. And look forward to talking with somebody.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Greg. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. I always like to have a positive affirmation for all the agents and brokers out there and lenders. Great success is just around the corner. Great success is just around the corner. Let's go get that success. Thank you for staying tuned for our market. We'll be back next Tuesday at 11:30, and we're going to have something good to talk about. Some really good vibes and good training coming up next Tuesday. Bye now.
Talk to you guys later. Thank you.